Howdy folks, Doug here from Sunrise Ranch. I'm going to show you something that's fairly typical on a cattle ranch. Many of you know that about a week ago we lost about 240 acres to the Santa Paula fire. That fire was it was good for us in a way, in the sense that that was mostly brushland, and you can see behind me, I'm going to show you an example. You can see a clearly demarked line where there's brush, and then you can see grasslands. What the difference is there is that this area was actually mowed at one time with a tractor, and you can actually see lines. If we were to go down the hill and point back up, you'd see lines on the hillside about at the limit that a tractor driver would be comfortable driving on a hillside, and given its angle of tilt. And so for years they would mow this area, and of course the areas that are mowed are massaged by the tractor. In that sense, the tractor does what the herbivore does in nature. It prunes the grass. Now, we all remember that Grandma, when she pruned her roses, would cause roses to grow back better. It's kind of a kind of counterintuitive, if you will. And so for many years this was mowed, and that's why we have a grassland in the forefront, and in the background you can see a brushland. So back to our 240 acres that was lost, we did lose some of the feed on that. It burned entirely, and that set our schedule back a little bit in terms of how we graze our cattle. But what we get out of that is we get a rapid oxidization, a rapid breakdown of that brushland, and it'll eventually come back as a grassland. So effectively it did the same job the tractor did, which did the same job that the cow would do in nature. So that brings me to why I'm standing right here today. I'm in the center of Swan Hill Farms. They're a reserve pasture for us. We keep them as a backup, and we don't use this pasture very often. And so as a result, my duties today consist of finding these orange flags that I've gone out 2 days before and put out an orange flag that tells me that that fence is down. I don't know if you can see, but the top wire of that fence is down. This is traditional barbed wire stuff, so we always start with that. And then we'll move in with electric wire and that sort of thing. I'm going to pan around here, and you can look down the fence line behind me, and you'll probably pick up a whole bunch more flags. So you can see how the fence posts are all bent. Here at Sunrise Ranch, we make sure the wires are tight. We like to say we want them bowl tight. That means a bull can press up against them, and we don't like posts leaning over like that. It's just a personal thing, forgive me, but we don't want shoddy work anywhere on the ranch. So all these fences will be put back in order. That'll bring this reserve pasture back into production, and instead of using a tractor to keep these pastures balanced properly in the ecosystem, we'll be using our cattle. So stay tuned for more on this. It's kind of an exciting story, but for me, the rest of the day consists of a large bottle of water, a little bit of good country music on my Pandora because I got a great signal out here, and a whole lot of fencing.